Hey everyone, Nick Como here, co-founder of aiquery.io, coming at you with yet another quick use case video. So this one's pretty simple, but definitely worthwhile as it's something that came directly out of the conference that was asked, and something I've heard a lot in security. It's kind of low-hanging fruit for OS Query, which is how to identify users with local admin rights on machines, and then ideally remove them. As you always want to practice least privilege where possible, so having unnecessary users have local admin rights presents a risk. So let's go ahead and identify which users have local admin rights in the machine. So if we check out the OS Query schema, we can see that in the users, it doesn't have an aspect of group name, but it does have a GID. So if you knew the group ID for users, which in Windows is 544, I believe in Linux, in Mac it is 0, you could specify those. But you could also join the groups table, and we are, after all, named AI Query. So let's use AI and go ahead and click that button right here, open up QuerySmith. For this one, we'll select compliance. We don't have to. We could use general, but I just want to show off the compliance mode since identification and removal of unneeded privileges is an aspect of many different compliance mandates. So we'll say local admin users on Windows and hit generate. And here we have our result. As we can see, local admin users 90%. And so if we look here, we can see that it did not actually go the GID route. I've actually run this a couple times, just also to showcase it at the conference and whatnot. And sometimes it went with 544. Sometimes it joined groups and specified the group name. Both work. It's kind of preference, but that's perfect. And that's exactly what we're looking for. So we'll hit accept. And then what we'll want to do is hit execute on that device. And then as always, we'll pivot on over, check out the results. And here we can see the results. It's still in pending, so we'll just give it a moment here. But if we click in, it should be ready momentarily. And it already is. So we can see we have our admin user, as expected. But then we have this user verbal kint. So this would be an example of a user on a machine having local admin rights that you don't want to have local admin rights. So right there, you could run this query across multiple different devices. Again, if it was Linux, you may need to change it a little bit to specify a UID of 0 or what have you. But the general point is it's very easy to find who has local admin rights with OS Query, and thus AI Query creating that query for you. Now let's go ahead and take action now that we have the actionable information of this user. So what we'll do is we'll go over to Live Shell, select the device we're just checking out, and hit continue. One additional layer of authentication right there, just for additional enhanced security. And we are starting a session. So give it just a moment. And here we are, shelled into the device. So what we can do is we can just type any commands we want, but let's use our AI assistants here and let's just verify what we just saw. Say list all admin users. Okay, let's just do this one and paste on over. And local admin, we can see add administrator verbal kint. That's exactly what we saw in our query, which is perfect. And so then we want to say remove user verbal. Did I spell verbal right? Yes. Kint from administrator. I always forget if it's an E or an O. Group. And here we have it. Remove local group member right there. Administrators, member verbal kint. And then we'll copy that on over, hit enter. Boom, should be done. Let's go back and check local users, and we can see no longer verbal kint there, which is excellent. If we wanted to, that's kind of everything we're going to go through, but just for the sake of showing how you can rerun queries to validate results. So we have the query that we wanted right here. If we want to, we can go ahead and we can say edit and rerun query. We'll rerun it on the device, and then we'll just confirm exactly what we just did and see the removal in a moment here. And there we go. That 2 is down to 1, and we have now identified and successfully removed local admins from the machine. So again, relatively simple, but a wildly applicable use case, one that came directly from an actual practitioner at the conference. So I wanted to share that with you all, and hopefully that was helpful. Thanks a lot, and have a great day. Thanks.